When we talk about, again, when we talk about internet storms, fasted and fed training, again, nutrition can be, I don't know what's wrong with nutrition on the internet, but nobody can talk about it respectfully, save for maybe Alan Aragon. But let's talk about fasted versus fed training. Do you have a preference? Do you care which one? Is there any advantage one over the other?
Yeah, all of the above, everything in between. There are situations when there is an advantage to training fasted. There are situations when there's an advantage to training fed, and there's plenty of times when it doesn't matter at all. So this is one of those things where there's no magic here. There's no single answer. It's context dependent. It's driven by goals and environments and situations and unique physiology and age. Where I think we can make some clear stances are, one, neither is fundamentally automatically just always better.
Yeah.
Neither are dependent upon your age or your sex or your anything else. Like, those are not the factors that determine whether or not we go fed or we go fasted. Factors would be other things like your GI tract. And does something make you nauseous? Is it hard to eat before you train? Is it actually hard to not eat before you train? What type of training? Are you training multiple times a day or a couple of times per week? Do you struggle with portion control? Do you struggle with being hungry? Those are the types of questions that impact our answers here. It's not, oh, you're a woman, therefore you have to eat. And it's absolute bonkers. It's like pseudoscience. There's no, oh my gosh, you're overweight, you have to fast. Like that, those are not the critical factors there. So there is a lot to think about here. It's certainly a viable option.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I would prefer to eat, but the time of day that I get to train, which is somewhere around 5 to 7, if I'm lucky, I can't. Like, it's very uncomfortable for me. So I often will have a cup of coffee with, I have like a higher protein milk. Like, I have a cappuccino in the morning, so I put some milk in. Probably have, 10 grams of 12 grams maybe of protein from milk. So it's liquid. I can digest it. I can deal with it. Or I'll have ketones. So
we're going to basically call that fasting.
Yeah, it's fasting. It's not, there's no carbohydrate bolus, nothing. So I'll eat afterwards. But on the weekends, when I have a little bit more flexibility, I'll usually eat before. And I love to go and work out fed. I find that I find that I have a little bit more energy. I can push myself. I have a little bit more time to neural fatigue where I'm talking about leg day, let's say, or back day, like a big muscle group that I'll train. So I really love to do fed. I just can't. And so my recommendation often has just been like, the one that's best is the one that you can do consistently. It's like, as long as you have like the protein and the carbohydrates and the refueling in the 24 hours ish after training, assuming you're training once a day, it doesn't really matter. But I would love for you to dissect that and get into the science and the mechanisms there too.
Yeah, totally true. It also depends on goal. Like I said, if you're trying to compete in a very specific event, then the answer is very dependent upon that event. Right. It depends on style of training. Are you trying to maximize for recovery and performance? Are you trying to maximize for body composition changes? Are you trying to maximize for adherence? Those are different. Time of day you train, as you already mentioned. How much are we trying to glean those last 5 to 10%? Are we just trying to get the first 85, 90%? Those things are there. All that can go out the window too. Like I have plenty of professional athletes who don't train till 11 o'clock or noon, and they still struggle to eat anything before. All right, great. And these are people training multiple times a day, right? And they're world champions, or right there on the block of that in their sports. So fine, we can do it that way. I have plenty that are the opposite too. We have plenty of people who are fat loss people who need their hormones fixed and balanced, like any of the stuff you hear with fasting, and we can absolutely do that with lots of feeding throughout the day. No problem whatsoever. So we can get there. In your case, like, okay, fine. You want some caffeine and effectively to fast? Okay, great. Like,
it's what I can make work with the constraints of my life. Like, if I didn't have school drop off and all the things, I might be able to change it around. And if I didn't have work, I could work out at 11 a.m. or 12 p.m., but I can't. So, what I have been able to just construct in my own life based on those constraints is I work out fasted most days. On the weekends, I try to push it so I can eat and then train.
Yeah.
And it just works.
We've worked with some military members, and we will often force fasted training on them simply because of resilience development. I need them to know that they can train, they can perform when they haven't had food for days, literally. Right. So we will do that stuff because they're going to be in environments. Well, you can just imagine, right? We want to train sometimes fed. We want to train sometimes fasted and everything in between.
Yeah.
We've also done a lot in hospitals with surgeons and with other like EMTs and firefight and things like that. But the surgeon in particular, they can't stop to take a break every 3 hours to eat a meal. That's not going to happen. And so a lot of the times they will be on eating one meal a day, because they need to be able to go through 6, 7, 8 hour surgeries and not be losing any cognitive or physical performance capacity, which almost always means they're going to train fully fasted. We've done the same thing. We've had some pretty crazy adventure people. We actually have a bunch of people doing this wild outdoorsman challenge right now. We've got some people doing the Grand Canyon where they're going to go rim to rim to rim in a day, and just different things like that. A lot of related hikes, and we had a guy do Mount Everest to get to base camp and stuff. So we'll do a lot of fasting there, not for any special thing, but just the fact of going, you're very likely going to be low calorie.
Well, that's specific. Yeah. Then that's specific to their goals and their sport.
Exactly.
Or their,
right.
Yeah.